Before you even think about changing your driver in 2025, I've got a tip for you today that can help you hit more fairways, hit the ball further and get your scores down, all in today's Next 100 episode. Now when it comes to driver, obviously a lot of people have a love-hate relationship. Sometimes we hit it straight down the middle just like the ones on screen, and sometimes we hit those wayward ones as you can see right there. And that's what we're trying to avoid on this hole right here. So as you can see, I'm on the 13th hole here, par 4, as you'll see on Golf Gamebook. And we see it's peppered with bunkers down the left hand side, and you'll see that yes, some people might be able to carry that, but the majority will not be trying to go over those bunkers, and you're trying to avoid that trouble. So most of the time, most people are slicers of the golf ball, but you could be a hooker of the golf ball, but you tee up here. So obviously the bunkers are on the left hand side, but how many times I see people just come on, stand straight in the middle of this tee box with the driver, and if you hook the ball, you hook it straight into those bunkers. If you're a slicer of the golf ball, we often see that you've aimed down the middle to avoid those bunkers and you're in the right hand rough on this hole, or even a lost ball in the gauze. So how many times I see people this, okay, well I'm a bit of a slicer, so I'll aim a little bit further down the left and we hit this shot. Starts down the right, fading now towards the right hand side of the green. And you'll see by the hole shape, that's going to leave a longer shot into the green. It might be in the rough, it might even have gone into a gorse bush. So what I want you to do with your driver is think about, right, what shot shape have I got on the day? And yes, you might be having lessons, and you might have been having lessons for months. You're trying to hit that perfect draw, but you still haven't mastered it. Think about it, what did you hit on the driving range? Did you hit some balls before, or even maybe take your first tee shot or your first 2 tee shots? What is the shape you are playing with on that day? Because if it's a fade, then I want you to come to the right hand side of this tee box, which will allow us to aim further down the left hand side. So I can aim at those bunkers. We know the first 2 drives that I've hit today are fades. The draw isn't quite there yet from my lessons. So I'm going to aim at the furthest right bunker, which you'll see on screen, and I'm going to allow that to fade back to the middle of the fairway, because then I've got a shorter shot in there. Even if I overfade it, it's going to be in a better position than the shot I have just hit. So straight away we're taking that into account. And from my time on the DP World Tour, when we was going out to events, when I was stood on the range with players that I taught, I would always say, right, what's the shape of the day? Yes, for the last 3 weeks they might have been hitting a draw, but on that day, on that first day, Thursday, the warm-up, everything's had a slight fade. Okay, set up to that on that tee box. So if you're going to be playing that fade today, if you know you're a fader of the golf ball still, even after lessons, get aiming at that right-hand bunker, commit to your swing that you've been doing, and you will see that a towering fade starting at that bunker, finishing in the middle of that fairway. A much shorter shot into this green. That's going to make it a little bit easier. If you're a drawer of the golf ball, head over onto the left hand side of that tee box, aim further down the right, and that will bring it back towards the middle. Avoid the trouble. It's going to save you a lot of money when it comes to buying that new driver.